All right, Kat, whenever you're ready.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 26 of GT Insider. This is a place where you can come join us for quick insight into all things gaming and maybe hear something that will enhance your gaming tribe experience. As always, everything on the show is the opinion of the host, not necessarily the opinion of Gaming Tribe or Mass Luminosity. We have Kirsten Schuster and Timothy Rhyne joining me as their hosts, and for our very, very special episode of the live Q&A with Mass Luminosity CEO Angel Munoz. Twice I got her. Go
That's
ahead,
okay.
Angel.
All right. Well, Timothy, Janelle, and Kirsten, thank you so much for inviting me to the show. It's a great honor to be here with you guys and to say thank you in person for your selfless um, efforts in bringing uh, information and a feeling of togetherness to our community. I also would like to thank, this is going to take a little while because I have so many people to thank, but I want to first thank our executive team, Kimberly Visaraga, Andrew Waterman, Andrew Slane, and Theodore Atrashenko. And then our staff members, Alex Anderson, my son Alexander Munoz, Jay Whitney, Raul Sarmiento, George Kasparis, and Daniela Lage. All of them are the ones that work behind the scenes to make Mass Luminosity and Gaming Tribe a reality. I also want to thank my daughter Gabrielle, which is assisting me right now with a lot of cables all over the place here and making sure that this broadcast is live and hopefully goes out without a hitch. I also like to thank the members of our growing board of directors, especially my trusted friend and chairman of the board, Geoffrey Osborn, which I think is watching the show also. And all 32 members of our Gaming Tribe volunteer team residing in countries across the globe like Philippines, Israel, India, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Egypt, Greece, United Kingdom, Bosnia, Brazil, Puerto Rico, and of course, USA. And then, excuse me, and then I also would like to thank our amazing sponsors for their vision and commitment to this community, especially my friend Brent Berry, head of marketing at Logitech G, for sponsoring today's Q&A session. As a lot of people know, we're going to be giving away some of their headsets later on the show. I also like to thank Peter Ross at MD, Brent at XFX, Wendy at HyperX, Irene at Gigabyte, John at Balls, Martin at Steiger Dynamics, Rajiv at Cooler Master, and our newer sponsors at Seasonic, AData, and MacCats. And finally, and absolutely most of all, I'd like to thank all 1,700,000 members of our global community who follow us on the web, on Facebook, Twitter, Steam, Tumblr, that Janelle runs, and Gaming Tribe. And to everyone watching us live right now, your support really helps give meaning to all of our efforts. Thank you very much.
I want to give another shout out real quick back to John over at Balls. I really want to just say thank you again for his personal letter that he sent after our Balls highlight uh, near the beginning of Gaming Tribe Insider. That was a really huge help.
Definitely.
And
It
another
means a
shout
lot to
out
I
me.
to,
enjoyed that.
another shout out to HyperX for letting me do a Fury review and trying to get that in there early on as well. So those two sponsors mean a lot. And then of course, definitely Logitech Gaming for sponsoring this with their two headsets. There you go.
I
There's
want to
some.
tack on to the HyperX thanks and saying thanks to them for even though my attempts at getting the RAM to work failed, for letting me keep it for when I do upgrade. I really do appreciate that because I was like, just give me the address, I'll mail it to whoever needs to take it. They're like, no, just keep it. So shout out to them for letting me hold on to it because I will eventually upgrade and it will be awesome.
So awesome. So we're gonna roll straight into the Q&A if that's all good with you, Angel.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Awesome. So first off, I just want to go ahead and clarify that we have a very important community member that asked a question. Uh, Angel asks, are you real? Or are you actually just the first social media artificial intelligence launched by Mass Luminosity upon an unsuspecting public?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think your visual presence inside of this cast go ahead and answers your own question there. So, uh, but
Well, it could be both, right?
it could be. We
Didn't
don't
I
know.
say that earlier? I
So
did. I'm like, you never know.
Well, so to be quite honest about that response is There's a group of people that respond in my account also. I take great pride in managing about 90% of the load, but we get about 400 to 500 messages every single day. And a lot of
Nice.
them are simple questions that can be answered by someone else. So it's always been my commitment, Timothy, to be involved in the community on a first person basis, to be known and to interact. So yes, when you're interacting on Gaming Tribe, you're interacting with me. But sometimes a lot of the questions that get asked through email or through Facebook messages are managed by other people also. So I just want to be honest about that. It's never anything that's personal. It's just something that maybe requires just a simple answer. So.
Fair
Very
enough.
nice. I know I've tried helping out as best I can whenever I see something simple, going over there and answering the really easy questions, some of the more common ones. But we'll try to get some serious questions in here right now, starting with Kat over there. I believe you have some questions.
Yes, the first question is actually one that I do like a lot. It's from Steven Sanmarco. Angel, what is one thing that you value that you have gained through your experience in the gaming world, that you would most want to, or that you have imparted on your children and hope that it would help them in their lives?
I think what I've learned from gaming, so I came into gaming a little bit later in my life, as most of the audience knows. I'm 54 years old, and I've been now involved in gaming for 20 years. And what I learned from gaming was a mindset that is quite interesting, is that no matter how many opponents you have, or no matter what the circumstances are, never to give up if you want to complete the game. And that really has been sort of the nature of my entire life. So that resonated with me. And that's the one thing that I really think I've imparted to my children, Gabrielle and Alexander, is to
Very cool.
give it 100% and never give up.
That is very solid advice. And actually, to go
Okay,
along with,
give me a moment. Okay, I found something on the web first to give it one.
oh, I think it was sad that it wasn't involved in the chat. But I've just gonna say I never knew you were 54, and you look really
Me
good.
neither.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you very much.
I would have pegged like 40s or
42.
something.
That's what
Oh,
I.
well, thank you. Thank you.
So good one there. And thank you for reminding me, Angel, to mute my cell phone because
Hmm.
mine wasn't muted either. All right, Kirsten, I believe you have the second question. Let's go ahead.
I do. So this is kind of more personal a bit, but before you dropped out of college to pursue your passion, what were you originally going to school for?
Oh, that's a great question. I wanted to be a psychiatrist. So I grew up as an artist. So, and then I've been passionate about science my entire life. Science and math have been sort of the strength. And I was an artist. I can paint, draw. I learned how to play music on my own. And then when I
Oh,
went to college, I was fascinated by why people do the things that they do. So I just couldn't really see myself putting that much time into a career. And I have a lot of friends that are doctors, and I admire the sacrifices that they make to develop that career. But I just couldn't see myself putting in the time. And then technology at that time started to really take off. And I found myself involved in technology from the early Osborn laptops to all types of different computers. And then I did terrible, by the way, in computer classes too. When I started taking them, they were so hard and they were so impersonal. So technology has been sort of at the forefront of my life. But that's what I wanted to be at the beginning. I wanted to be a doctor and maybe specialize in psychiatry.
Very
wow, good
nice.
answer. Kind of
That is
inspirational.
fascinating.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, the more I learn about you, Angel, the more awesome you get.
I
Thank
know.
you. Thank you.
All right,
Awesome.
take it away, Tim.
I think I wanted to ask a question from the Gaming Tribe community for this next one. I think it fits really well right here. Um, I'm sorry if I get this name incorrectly, but Hama,
I'm guessing it's Hamza
Hamza
Benoufir?
Benoufir? Benoufir.
We're guessing,
All
so we
right.
apologize if we mess it up.
But he asked, what are the main goals you're working on right now besides Mass Luminosity and Gaming Tribe?
Nothing besides Mass Luminosity and Gaming Tribe. Gaming Tribe is an interesting project. Gaming Tribe is the combination of all of the things that I have lived in my entire life and all the experiences. One of the things that is the most difficult is that on Gaming Tribe, and especially when you guys are going to get a little bit of a glimpse today of what Gaming Tribe is going to look like on your phones. So have your phones close by because I'm going to give you a URL so you guys can see. But the effort at Gaming Tribe is to combine beauty and aesthetics with advanced technology. So while I speak a lot and interact with Theodore, which is our lead engineer when it comes to software development, and we also interface, both of us interface with Slane, which really, honestly, has given birth to one of the most beautiful interfaces I have ever seen for any website or social media network. And then to do this combined with a respect for privacy and trying to to keep advertising out, it's been a really very interesting thing. So really beyond Gaming Tribe, really haven't been thinking about anything else, Tim. So so Gaming Tribe is the future. So I'm very, very excited about the potential that we have with Gaming Tribe.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very cool. Kirsten, your turn.
This is another question of mine. So I've always been extremely curious, but where did you find the Mass Luminosity executive team?
Well, that's a great question, Kirsten. Uh, One of the things that I do is I have one major weakness, and it's I am a bit impatient with people that are not very smart. Not that they have to be above average or anything like those, but when I really rotate to very smart people. So when you talk to Kimberly Visaraga or to Andrew, by the way, these people have fascinating backgrounds. Kimberly Visaraga, I met her when many years ago when we were both investment bankers. We were actually stockbrokers at the time. So we've
Wow.
known it. I'm not allowed to say how long we've known each other because I will get in trouble, but it's been a long time. and Andrew Waterman, which is our VP of technology, is I met him, I think maybe 15 years ago, and we've worked together for a long time. And each one of them, what I was going to say, are extremely brilliant. And same with Andrew Slane. By the way, Andrew Slane is a doctor. He's a medical doctor that's taking a leave of absence to work on Gaming Tribe. I mean, these are things that
Wow.
are unbelievable. I mean, he still has to do his year of residency, but he's a medical doctor, and a lot of people don't know that. And then Theodore Atroshenko was one of the most interesting things. Is Theodore approached us and said, "Hey, can you give me something to program for you guys?" And he really had at the time, he had a lot of talent but very limited experience. And Theodore is easily one of the most brilliant programmers I've ever met in my entire life. I'm really proud to work with him every single day. I actually look forward to our conversations. But as smart people, one of the things, Kirsten, in life that you learn quickly is that you have to decide, do you want to be right or do you want to be successful? There are two different paths. And when you are around smart people, you better know what you're doing because they're going to challenge you every single step of the way. And that's what I like. So as much as I am the face of the company, our company is really a team that comes together and expresses itself in what we know as Mass Luminosity and Gaming Tribe.
Very, very
Wow.
nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I think
That's a
there's
great
going to be a
answer.
lot of wow being said throughout this
Yeah,
entire episode.
definitely.
All right, the
Mind is
next question.
blown.
Sorry. The next question is actually one of my own. And it's just, I'm wondering, Angel, do you reach out to companies to ask them to become sponsors? And if so, what qualities are you looking for before you breach that topic with said company?
It's another good question. We don't. We really do not do that. We believe that word of mouth is the most powerful recommendation that we can get. All the things that I say about that I could say about myself will be discounted by the fact that I'm saying them. But if I say things about you, Janelle, then people will probably, if I say how incredible you've been for the years that you've been involved with mass luminosity, a lot of people will believe me instead of you saying it. So we really don't reach out. Most of the recommendations, believe it or not, come from other sponsors. So other
Awesome.
sponsors go and say, you know what, this company will probably be really great. Right now, AMD is trying to recommend us to another company that will be an incredible addition to our ecosystem. Seasonic, for example, was recommended by the CEO Martin of Steiger Dynamics. So
Wow.
we really don't just not that we are opposed to doing it. We really don't see ourselves as an organization that reaches out and it's cold calling people and telling them how great we are. It's better that they hear through us, through, by the way, members of our community, through other sponsors, and that's the way. And then the qualities that we look for, we want to be excited about their products, Janelle. If they have products that are mediocre or worse, I can't represent them. I can't bring them to our community. They have to be above average. And we've had sponsors that we no longer, are in association with. And there's reasons for that on both sides of the equation, by the way, not only on their side, but on our side too.
Yeah.
Sometimes the fits are not right. And this is a very progressive idea of creating an entire community, a social media network around basically a subject, a lifestyle. This is the breakthrough that we have with Gaming Tribe. And that takes a little bit of vision to realize. Anyway, so that I
That
think
is
answers the question.
fascinating. It does answer it very well, and it's actually something I've been wondering about since when you first started giving away fully built computers. I'm always just like, how do you get these sponsors? But you're very right in the fact that if you go up to someone and say, "Oh yeah, I'm awesome," you're gonna be like, "Of course you're gonna think that it's you." But if someone else says it, it carries a lot more weight. Very good. I
Well,
love that answer.
Janelle, we know that everything is awesome, right?
Of course.
I have
You're
to
not
say
gonna
that.
win this one, Tim.
I, I,
Everything's cool when you're a part of a team too.
that's right. That's
Uh,
right. I promised one of our shareholders that I would say that on the show. Everything is awesome. That's her favorite phrase. So there you go,
Perfect.
Natalie, just for you.
all
Nice.
right, so now that song's playing in my head, and
Yes.
anyways, it's a great song. Not gonna lie. So, uh, let's go into a couple of questions that I have for you here. First, we heard a little bit about board chairman Geoffrey Osborn. What roles did he and other directors play inside the realm of what we see over at Gaming Tribe?
Well, that's a great question because that's a question that is more valid now than it would have been just even 6 or 7 months ago. And the reason why is we're in a transformational period. A lot of the things that we set out to do and to try out are now proven. They're not theory anymore. We have an actual tangible structure, and now we are in conversations. I have to be very careful how I say this. We're in conversations of taking the company to the next level. And we have to be very careful in this process because we don't want to lose the most important thing we have. The reason that the three of you are here right now, I can assure you, even if you haven't thought about it, is because of the authenticity of our organization. I mean, we are who we represent ourselves to be. And now we are going to advance the company to the next level. And we don't want to lose that, Tim. We don't want to be, like, we don't want to be Facebook. We don't want to. We just don't aspire to that. So now the role for somebody like Geoffrey Osborn that you mentioned is a lot more important because he represents us to a lot of, for example, we are now having meetings to expand our board of directors, and we'll have those announcements next month. And you're going to see, names of people from different walks of life involved. And I think people will start getting a clue about where we're heading. That Gaming Tribe is just one of the many things that we are that is gonna come out of that, and that's where he's gonna help us the most, Jeff. Plus, I talk to him on a regular basis. He does run our board meetings. We have unofficial meetings too to discuss where the company's at, and his advice to me is invaluable. So that's he's an advisor. He is the person that best represents us to the financial community and to other people that are interested in becoming to help Mass Luminosity get to the next level.
Awesome. Well, if there's ever an opportunity for a community member to represent as a non-voting member of the board, let me know.
All right.
So I want to ask another question here. What are some of the challenges that you see when you're running a global company with most of its employees working remotely?
Why does it have to be challenges? Can it be advantages?
There are several advantages. I can see a lot of people being very happy with the fact that they can work from their own living quarters, for example.
Well, that, and I think that I think out of the three of you, Janelle has been the longest with us. And I may be wrong, but I think so, right? Right, Kat? It's
I
been
think so.
yeah.
I believe that's
And
correct.
one of the things that I don't know if you remember this, Janelle, from the very early days is I wanted our organization to be global.
Yeah.
And it's very hard, Tim, to say that you're global when none of your, with all your employees are in the United States. It's just, it limits your mentality, it limits your reach. The conversations that I have with Theodore, which resides in Portugal, or with Slane, who resides in Germany, or with Eusebio Raga, that resides in the Philippines and does a lot of our artwork, or Dejan, that resides in Indonesia. You know, these are important conversations that expand my mind and the mind of our organization to think globally. I only see advantages. So sometimes I have to wake up at 3 and 4 in the morning to talk to someone. That's a disadvantage, but I enjoy it. So a lot of people, that's why people think I'm an AI, because they're like, okay, I sent a question at 3 in the morning and he answered. So anyway, so
I've had moments like that where I'm like, why
yeah.
are you answering
Yep.
me right now? Shouldn't you be sleeping?
So anyway, but I don't see that many disadvantages. I certainly understand the question. Look at what I keep buying. This is, I know the community will hate this because this is an iPad, but if you look at that, that's the time zone of all the primary employees. So I know what time zone it is at a glance
Very
on
nice.
all of the people that I interact with, so that I know that if I'm trying to talk to someone right now in Jakarta, it's 3:30 in the morning. That's not the best time to reach them. So anyway.
Very, very cool.
I think that speaks words as you being a CEO adapting to your employees rather than trying to force them to adapt to you.
Yeah, it really does.
So I see it. I see the CEO role as a very important one, and one of those roles is always answering the question, "What can I do for you?" When you look at your employees to make their jobs easier, because it funnels down.
Hmm.
So
I agree.
I'll hand it over to Kirsten.
Okay, so this was actually asked by quite a few members, but Emma Long mainly. What inspired you to make Mass Luminosity? And Michael, it's kind of like two questions tied into one, but Michael Lee also asked how, if applicable, has Mass Luminosity deviated from your original ideas for it?
Oh, great question. Tim, I didn't read the questions that you sent me, so I'm hearing them from the first time. So I just glanced at them. But thank you for sending them.
Love it.
Um,
Honesty there.
so this is a great question. So let's talk about Mass Luminosity, how it started. It really started because once when I sold my previous company and found myself with nothing to do, I would call friends in the industry and they didn't even want to talk to me because I had nothing to do with the industry anymore. They were so busy at work, they just didn't have time for me. And that really was kind of a rude awakening that we're not really connected with each other. And so I started thinking about how do we stay connected? How is it that we bypass? So the idea came about Mass Luminosity is to keep people connected by their passion, in this case, video games and technology. And that was really the beginning of Mass Luminosity. I also felt that there's power in numbers, and that's why I called it Mass Luminosity. I have a fascination with astrophysics, and there's a whole reason that I can talk for an hour about why it's called Mass Luminosity. But in the essence, it gives light and power to the masses. That's why our symbol's the human power symbol. That's why we're called Mass Luminosity. Everything is coherent with that thought that we together are more powerful than by myself alone. So that whole force is what we tell sponsors when they call us and they ask us about it. Go, look at our community. You be the judge. We're not going to convince you of anything. You look at the community. You go anywhere else and try to find a community where people give to each other, where people are trying to help each other, where women like you, Kirsten, and you, Janelle, feel comfortable having your real name on the network. That is, for me, that is the biggest success of Mass Luminosity and Gaming Tribe. That people really, that women have embraced it. We have a lot of gamer girls and technology girls that are now part of Gaming Tribe. So anyway, to answer that was how it started. And has it deviated? It's evolved over the years. When we started Gaming Tribe, we saw it as Gaming Tribe came because I felt that it was stupid to ask people to enter all their information all over again for every single giveaway that we did. So I said, why don't we keep the information and have them just click the likes and put a username and password. And then it occurred to me and said, well, if you're going to do that, might as well just turn it into a social media network. Well, I thought that was easy. That was 3 years ago, and it took us
best idea ever.
Yeah, well, it took us 3 years to develop, Kirsten, and then as Theodore will be happy for me to admit, we just basically are throwing away all the code that you guys are familiar with. And when we launched the new Gaming Tribe, it's all brand new. It's all brand new code. From the engine up, it's completely rebuilt new. So that's why it's taking us so long. It's not just, we're not just dressing up a Gaming Tribe. We're really changing it at the very basic level. One of the things I have to leak out that you guys are going to love, instant notifications. You don't have to reload the page anymore. So very convenient. That was really one of my strong. It's so interesting because when you're developing things, Kirsten, and you're developing something like Gaming Tribe, and I started saying this earlier, I'm an artist and I understand technology, but I'm not an engineer. So you have to deal with engineers, and then you have to tell them what you want. And then somewhere between what you want and what can be done, it's above what can be done, we settle for something that's greater than anybody thought will be possible. So that's what you're going to see when we launch what we're calling Gaming Tribe RWD for responsive web design. And you're going to see it. It's a radical departure, and it puts us at the forefront, I think, in social media. Anyway, I overextended that answer.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Well, yeah,
I know.
You'll get to see it. You'll get to see it. So keep that phone by you. I'll give you a link.
I'm going to deviate just for a few seconds. I'm extra excited about getting to see it because I'm going to be gone for a week with no internet and no computer. And I'm like, I need to be able to use my Gaming Tribe while I'm gone because I'm addicted. And I'll be sad without it.
Well, you may be in luck. We may start deploying some of the first aspects of Gaming Tribe this coming week. So that's the plan. So we are 90% there, which is a huge distance that we've obtained. And poor Theodore, I mean, he's now in college. So Theodore, he was in high school when he started working for us, and now he's in college. And he's working, honestly, way too hard, 3 and 4 in the morning with me right there side by side. And then Slane is then comes at a different time, and he's, and we have these emails that kind of rotate over the whole entire day to keep this thing developed. But I'm very proud of it. I think the community will really like it. I think they'll see what the whole plan was, when we launch it.
As long as you keep the dark theme option, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I like that.
It will.
If that goes away, I'll be very sad.
It will definitely be there. So it's the last thing we're gonna do. So when you see it first, when you see it like the option that I'll give you to look at today on your phone, so you could see what RWD looks like when it's properly designed. By the way, it's only the light version. So please, for everybody out there listening, don't freak out. The dark version is coming. So I like the light version. The only reason we have a light version is because of me. I think Theodore knows the exact number, but I would guess that 60 to 70% of all of our users have the dark version. So I'm the one.
You're on my eyes. So
yeah, exactly.
I know. I keep the dark version on my phone, but I don't know why it doesn't bother me. I'll look at it back. Oh no, that's not it. That's the show.
I actually use the light version, so.
Oh, good, Timothy. I like you.
It's like the 2 guys use the light version, 2 girls use the dark version.
I started on the dark version, but I went over to the light version because I don't know. just prefer it more?
I tried it, but I didn't like the fact that it illuminated my entire apartment at night when I was on it because it's a big
Yeah,
TV
exactly.
screen
It's
and
really
everything was
blaring.
lit up. Some like dark version. It's just easier. I'm always in the dark.
I just wanted to take a moment to. My son just sent me a picture of him streaming the show at Harvard University, so we're being watched at Harvard right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So thank
That's
you,
awesome.
Alexander, for watching.
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
let's roll into the next question, Tim.
All right, so I've got one that pertains a little bit to. I guess this might have been a little bit better for Kimberly, but what role do you see game companies having inside of the Gaming Tribe social media experience?
That's a great question. We can't really talk too much about some of the plans that we have on that front, but that's an obvious step, Tim, to move into a form of integration. There's a lot of people doing things right. There's Raptor, there's Steam. There's no reason to compete. There has to be something new. And we think that we have the right ideas when it comes to integrating gaming into this equation. We just have to all discuss it. Kimberly really kind of leads on that front, as you mentioned, and but my own perception is that we can do things that are fun, and that could be even slightly competitive, and bring a whole different nature to gaming tribes. So. But yes, I guess all I can say at this point is yes, we are going to be working with game publishers and specific games.
Cool.
So much exciting stuff coming out here.
I know.
I can't wait. I need the time machine. All right, so the next question, and I'm going to butcher this, so I apologize from now, is from Anastasios. I'm just gonna leave the last name alone. I'm not
Oh,
gonna try.
Anastasios, he's from. I think he's on our. He's one of our volunteers. I think he's
so.
from Greece. Yeah, I think I'm
I
thinking of the right person. Yeah.
Yeah, I refuse to try the last name because I'm going to bite my tongue.
Yeah,
but
it
it starts
starts
with an
with.
F.
Oh no, then it's not him. It's not who I'm
No.
thinking.
Okay, well, so it's a more technological question, and it's also very strong on your opinion. But where do you think the CPU war between AMD and Intel will be in 5 years?
No idea. No idea. I don't make predictions of on the future. When you're in technology, well, I'll tell you one thing that fascinates me. I'll change the conversation a little bit. What the things that I'm thinking about is what comes next after the internet. That's the question that we need to be asking ourselves. What comes after the internet? Because the internet is not going to be around it's going to change and it's going to evolve into something else that's going to be more dramatic. That's the kind of thinking that empowers people. The CPU battle so when you look at a company like AMD that is been kind of beaten up by the big boy in this case, Intel. And I worked with Intel when we started esports for 10 years or 11 years. I worked with them. And and it was they don't take any prisoners. They want the whole entire industry and they go after it. And I think that competition is good for the consumer because it gives us a lot more options. But at the same time, to make predictions on discrete CPUs, I think that the roadmap that AMD has is kind of interesting, which is to their APU, which is to marriage the sort of the GPU and the processor into one silicon. That's an interesting thing, and that's something that Andrew Waterman will be the person to talk to, since he's a chip engineer. He actually engineers. He's finishing his doctorate in that. So I don't know. I just really don't know what will happen there. I don't know. From a consumer point of view, all I see is that as long as there's competition, we get better and better products. And that's all I really care about on my end. So I want Intel to be pushing the limits, and I want AMD to be pushing the limits.
Very solid answer. And I like the direction you took that as opposed to just answering it straight on. Very nice.
Yep.
Thank you.
Kirsten.
Okay, so this question's from Andrew Lynn, and he wants to ask, what are your thoughts of the Steam OS?
Of the what?
Of the Steam OS?
Oh, Steam OS. Yeah, well, there you go. That is, I can only tell you my experience with Valve when we were in the early days of esports. I was we were using Counter-Strike as one of our games, and I worked with Valve quite closely, and they're a phenomenal company. They're absolutely unbelievable. I mean, these people just are strong. I mean, I admire. I mean, Gabe now they call him Lord Gabe, and they have all this stuff going on with it. The guy truly deserves it. He is
Definitely.
absolutely a visionary. So what I think is about SteamOS, getting into the OS business kind of changes a little bit what their focus should be. But I am not going to discount them at all. I am going to say that we need to really pay attention. Uh, you know, that to what we need, what they do, because that's a strong company. So look, I mean, I remember when Steam came around, it was honestly junk. And wow, look at it now. It's robust, it's strong, it's used by how many? They announced what, 100 million people
Hmm.
use it. That's just amazing. And they're going to continue doing that. And all the success, and with the success, the money that he makes, he deserves it. I'm glad. I'm happy for his success.
Say, I I remember when Steam was relatively new and it was actually
Mhm.
Counter-Strike. That was the first Steam account I ever had, and all I ever played was Counter-Strike. I have no idea what that account was or what happened to it, so I don't have the game anymore. But
Hmm.
my first experience with Steam wasn't a very positive one. But now it's all I ever use. Like I link almost
Yeah.
all of my non-Steam games to it just because I can. The only ones I don't link are my Blizzard ones because they have their own launcher now, so.
Yeah, when we were laying down the blueprint for esports, we were very concerned about how you get to view the game. So we went to Valve and we said, we need something to view the game, to project it, and for people to see it. And in about 3 or 4 months, they had a beta for us. What's now what is turned into something else, but it was called at the time Half-Life TV, and it's just amazing what they were willing to do for the community of gamers. So they're an example of a company that's run with the right mindset, and having their consumers and customers in mind at all times. So I really admire them. They're a great company, in my opinion.
Very, very cool. I
Definitely.
actually have no opinions on it because I never looked into the OS because I have enough issues with my computer right now. The last thing I need to do is add something else to it. But I will eventually check them out for sure. The next question is from Nathan Davis, and he wants to know, since you've been involved in gaming since the CPL days, what do you feel has been the biggest influence on gaming over the last decade, and what do you think is the biggest obstacle to the industry right now?
Hmm. Um, So yeah, I started in gaming with the one of the first major websites in gaming was called at the time Adrenaline Vault. We launched that in December of 1995, and it wasn't until 1997 when we launched the CPL. So actually, it was 2 years after. Um, I think the advance of technology has really had the biggest impact on gaming. When you look at gaming, when I started in gaming, the most advanced piece of technology we had was Doom. And you look at that game and you look at the latest games, and the experience, the immersion is just absolutely phenomenal. And what I think our biggest problem in the industry is, and one of the things that I combat on a, no, on a very regular basis, is the stigma that we still have when it comes to the media, of being, I think that's one of the most important things that we need to counteract as a community. This idea that we're selfish and that we're criminals and that we're hackers and that we're terrorists and we have all these things, attached to us, and that we're geeks and nerds, and well, maybe geeks and nerds, and I mean, I just this all these stigmas that it's like a drawer of prejudice, that the mean anything negative, anytime that anything negative happens, they open the drawer and they pull out one of those. Oh yeah, he played games, or yeah, he was a gamer, or look what, that's just wrong. And I think that that's one of the things that I think Gaming Tribe, in a very quiet way, has been doing to counteract, by having, what we call now the share program, where people are willing to give things to other people to help them out. As you know, Janelle. So, so I think that's it. I think the obstacle is the media. The most advantageous thing, I think, is just the absolute incredible development in technology.
Very good, very good. You're very right too. I agree on the media thing. It's something I get very, very tired of whenever anything happens. It's like, oh yeah, he played this, and I'm like, so what does
Hmm.
that say? It doesn't say anything,
Hmm.
but that's potential for a huge tangent. So let's go ahead and stick on
Yeah.
topic here. Kirsten, next question.
Okay, so this question's from Jeffrey. I'm sorry if I messed up your last name, but Mongillo. Um, he asked you originally about like the stats for the latest loot drop. Would you like to explain the technology behind loot drop and the stats if you have them?
Yeah, I don't have the stats right now. Loot drop is, I think it's one of the most interesting things that we have developed. One of the things that how we envisioned loot drop to begin with was with a conversations with a friend of mine, and probably, I guess I'll announce it here first, probably a member of our board of directors, since we're meeting with him soon, and he's very interested in becoming a member of the board. And he's the CEO for a company called Escalation Studios, which is a game development company. But what they're unique in the fact that they develop games for corporations that need it for promotional purposes. So it's kind of a niche market. Anyway, when we were talking, as he's also developing his own IP and his own games, we were talking about how, the failure of advertising in games. This was the subject. And when you analyze gaming and the different things that have been done in games to advertise, like, putting billboards and all the stuff that's come out they've all failed because no one wants to be removed from the experience of gaming to look at something or to interact with something. So the idea came up of doing loot drops inside of a game. In fact, that's how we developed the technology, and we actually have a demo that we can show of an actual loot drop happening in a game. It's crazy. People go insane because things drop, and it's a real thing. It could be I mean, think about Borderlands. Now that we have the expert here, and how how that great, how the how anytime that you have a loot drop, how great it is, and you go and you can see what you can do with it. Well, the same thing. How about if one of those items was real? So we patented that. It's a patent pending technology, and then we said, why do it just in games? Why not bring it to the community? And we just adapted the code for that, and the stats are incredible. I mean, it's so interesting that this last one was our most busy loot drop ever. We put that server to the max, and our technology is working perfectly. It didn't stress the servers and all that. But it's really unique because it only considers people that have certain levels of interaction. They think it's activity, but it's not activity. It's interaction. So if you're interacting with people's posts and people are interacting with you, which is what we want to encourage. We want to encourage people to talk to each other. That's all it is. Just talk to each other and support each other. How can that be bad? A lot of people are like, I don't want to do that. I'm a loner and all that. Well, I mean, justify your limitations and certainly they'll be yours. You just move out of your shell for a little bit and start interacting. People are nice at Gaming Tribe. What are they going to do? Hurt you?
Yeah.
So anyway, so to answer Jeffrey's question, that's just one of the technologies that we haven't fully developed yet. And we have a lot of different ideas of where we can take that inside games, inside different websites. We can do loot drops all over. And since we own the technology and it's ours, nobody can really do a loot drop, although a lot of people are starting to imitate it in a certain way. I had a call recently for someone that showed me something that looks like it, but it's okay. It's it's our technology, so we're not concerned.
You did it
Anyway,
first.
yes, yeah, absolutely.
All right, now this is the last collected question, and after this, I think we're gonna, open it up for a few questions we've pulled from the Twitch chat. But this one, it's another one from Jeffrey, and it's saying, is your eventual goal for Gaming Tribe to become the social network for gaming and gamers, technologists, and enthusiasts? And to also segue, I also want to know, what are your thoughts on this new social media site that's rumored to be the FB killer or anti-FB called Elo? If
Mhm.
you answer them together or break it apart, but what are
Right.
your thoughts on all of that?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I already think that Gaming Tribe is the social media network for gamers in the world.
I kind of
So,
knew you were gonna say that.
I mean, you know, one of the things is that we tend to judge things by the wrong, we use the wrong models. You have to always question where you get your models to judge things. If you're getting them from the media, not from your own brain, and you're not analyzing things pragmatically, then somebody put that idea in your head. One of the things is for people to always think, oh, you know, having huge numbers is a great thing. You know, we don't want huge numbers. We don't want all the gamers in the world. We just want the best. That's the way we're building our organization. I rather fail and do it the right way and have the right community than build something that then becomes this ugly thing that represents the worst of what gamers can offer to the public. And so anyway, so I already think that Gaming Tribe is the best. Obviously, when we cross over 1 million people, then people are going to start noticing us. That's just the
Yeah.
way it goes. So
Yeah.
we're not in a rush, but you know, I think that some of the things that we're doing right now will definitely help accelerate that process. Uh, and that's fine if it happens. If it, you know, I know it will, so I'm not concerned about it. I just want to make sure that we're taking one step at a time to reach that. And you mean LO or LO, which is how, because it's like hello, LO.
Yeah.
So LO, interesting thing. They don't have anything different than Gaming Tribe. There's the three principles that they base themselves on is one, no advertising, which they probably stole that from us. Two, two, what's the second one? Absolute privacy, probably stole it from us. I mean, it's obvious that we started that and talked about it 3 years ago, so it's not
Yeah.
something that we did. The one thing that they have, there's a third one, but it's not worth mentioning because it gives them too much credit, which is how that the site looks cute. So when
Yeah.
you look at their interface, it looks cute. Well, ours looks cute too. So, so that's not even unique. But I don't want. You know what they have is that they raised $400,000, which is not a lot, by the way, and they invested all that into a marketing campaign that was very very smart by by building a negative against Facebook. I will never do that. As much as I dislike Facebook, I don't think that you ever make yourself look better by making somebody else look bad. I mean, Facebook has their own problems. One of the problems that I was telling the members of the board recently is they have no taste. There's no culture in that company. They are successful, and I don't really. I think they did in most ways they deserve their success. $200 billion company is to be, it's a force. But I don't. That's not what I want to build. I don't want to build another Facebook. I want to build something very different, very special. And I think I get my cues a little bit from Apple. And this is, I know that people in the industry have an immediate reaction. Oh, Apple is bad.
Yeah.
They do some things right. They really have a sense of taste and a sense of culture. Now, I'm not going to say that, now things are changing under Tim Cook a little bit, but that's where I gain my inspiration. So when I'm developing Gaming Tribe, we think in terms of aesthetics, and we think of where does things look great and where do they don't look great. Anyway, and to answer, one of the differences that we have is that I believe that tribes have more things uniting them than just being able to post pictures and videos and all that. So that's why we launched Gaming Tribe. But bear in mind, this is a revelation now. Tim, you're going to like this, so hold on to your seat there. Bear in mind that we developed Gaming Tribe in a very unique way. We separated the engine from the UI. So we have what we call the Tribe engine, and we have Gaming Tribe. Gaming Tribe is a proof of concept. We can actually launch a competitor to LO and in no time whatsoever and have a more robust infrastructure since it's been tested over the last year than they have right now. But it's an opportunity that we have. We can launch, we're talking to different companies about launching different experiences all powered by the Tribe engine, that you can have as a member of Gaming Tribe, you'll have access to all these different experiences. So bear in mind, that's the big thinking. That is beyond what we're doing today. So Gaming Tribe, again to repeat so people don't misquote me, is our proof of concept that we can do this and that people want the experience that we're providing them. And the best of luck for these guys on Elo. I mean, I really wish them the best, but I just hope it's not going to be, like Google Circles, that you hear the crickets when you join in there. I mean, it's getting better. Google Circles is getting better, but it's definitely not Facebook. So anyway, that's my answer.
Awesome.
That's pretty fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you mentioned Tim Cook as the CEO of Apple there, and War Eagle to him because I'm attending the college he graduated from. So
that's great.
So he's actually an alumni of the college that I'm at. So I have nothing against the company per se versus PC. I just know that PCs are a lot easier to upgrade, and that's why I choose them over anything else. So.
Absolutely. The difference is what people need to be very clear when they criticize. The thing that you need to be clear, look at my hands, I'm doing like the half here. The thing that you need to be clear on is that Apple is what their strength is their weakness, which is it's a closed environment. Our strength is also our weakness, which is an open environment, because then it's a lot harder to reach out and to develop to. But what I say is let's not go ahead and discard everything they've done and say, okay, well, because I don't use their products and I'm a PC guy. Don't let them polarize you like that. Somebody put that PC and I'm a Mac, I'm a PC into your head, right? And
those commercials.
Don't think that way. Let's steal, since Steve Jobs himself said that the best ideas he had, there you go, the best ideas he had were stolen. He admitted to that. So let's steal the things that they do right. Look at their interfaces, look at their UIs. I want to bring that to the PC market, and starting with Gaming Tribe. I mean, that's why it takes us so long, because everything has to look and feel right. Somebody on somebody on Gaming Tribe said, I can't believe that you guys made this site so beautiful for gamers. That's a great compliment, but it's also sad. Why do we think that way? Why do we think that gamers don't have taste? So anyway, I'm about to prove them wrong. So
awesome. Okay. Well, we're definitely cutting a little low on time. So what I want to do is I'm going to ask a chat question real quick, and then we're going to let you do your thing on. I believe you have some interesting information with the global giveaway.
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
We can go. By the way, we can go over by 10 minutes. So, all right.
Okay.
Well. PF Hawk asks, how can one contribute to Gaming Tribe community? Like, how can they just contribute to the community? And part of that you already answered by saying just being, interactive, not just being there and showing activity, but being interactive. Is there anything else you would like to expand upon that?
Well, I would think that also if you're very much involved with the community and you want to really help, you should contact Alex Anderson and see if you're fit for to be a volunteer. One of the interesting things is we're going to hire from our volunteer group first. So yes, absolutely. I mean, it would be shameful if we didn't, right? I mean, people that are interested in working for Mass Luminosity and just happen to be volunteers should be our first choice. And we already know that how they work and how they interact. In fact, I'm just going to say we're already having discussions with certain people that are on our staff, on our volunteer team, to bring them onto the staff. So I would say that Alex Anderson's the best thing. And since we are now talking to, this is what I was alluding earlier, we're now talking to finance companies, and there's some things happening in that horizon that may change our company dramatically. We're planning to start hiring in early 2015. So you're going to see us growing the company quite dramatically. So does that answer your question? Yeah, I think it does.
I'm pretty sure it answers his a little bit. Awesome. So that's going to conclude most of the questions that we have right now, unless we see one pop up that's really, really interesting. But
Let me. Why don't I show you before we talk about? Let's look at. Does you guys want to look at what Gaming Tribe is going to look like?
sure.
Yes.
All right. Let me
I'm
see if it
already
works.
ready.
All right.
I
So you
know.
have your. Do you have? Kirsten, do you have
Okay.
your? Okay, she's ready.
Yes.
Are you ready, Tim?
Yeah, I can try it. This is gonna be
All
very
right.
interesting on a nice
Yeah.
phone.
What's well? You have an iPad?
I do.
Try it on the iPad, but the phone will be better actually. Do it on the phone. It actually be better. The smaller the screen, the better it looks.
So
I'll
The
look on
excited.
the phone instead.
Okay, let me see if it works. So hold on one second. Let me test this.
Well, the good thing is I can compare the iOS on the iPad versus the Android technology on the phone. So, and it's not like I have a well-known phone. I have one that has a busted SD card reader and everything. So,
Oh wow.
wear and tear all the way.
All right, so here's my phone, and that's what it looks like, but I'll show you. Okay, so you're going to go to gamingtribe.com. Oh, by the way, let me preface this, guys. You're looking at the leaderboard page. So we're just giving you a glimpse of what the leaderboards are going to look like. So gamingtribe.com//new, N-E-W. Hit enter and let that page load and compare that to the old site.
I think it broke for me. Yeah, it's kind of broken.
It is?
Not
don't
on
know if
mine,
you
it's
can
not.
See, I don't know. That's
Oh,
all
that's
I have.
not. That's not it. Gamingtribe. Gamingtribe.com/new.
Yeah, that's what I typed.
Oh yeah. Oh, interesting.
Here's what I got on the iPad.
That's what you should see.
There we
Yep,
go.
that's what I got.
So,
That's what you should see.
Leaderboard.
Yeah, clearly my computer's just like, I mean, my phone's just like, no.
That's interesting. What phone is that?
It's a Galaxy S3.
That should work perfectly.
It
Theodore
should.
right now is not happy. I'm telling you right now.
I apologize. No, see, here's the thing. When it comes to me and technology, everything that it's not supposed to do, it does, just without fail.
All right. So here's the things that I want you to do. You can't do it, Janelle. We'll deal with you. We'll see what happened with yours. But
we'll
So what
side
you-
by side.
yeah, what you
So,
want to do is you
best I
want
can
to
do.
click on the different things like popularity and look at how quickly it moves to the other things. The first time you do it, it'll be a little slow, and then as you do it, keep on doing it, and you'll see how quickly it looks. And then one of the things now if you go to popularity, for example, and there's Steven Sanmarco on the top, and you start scrolling down, do you see why we insist on people putting their pictures? See how much better it is when you're interacting and you see
Definitely.
somebody's face instead of looking at some cartoons and not knowing anything about
More
this person.
legitimate.
Yeah, and so if you were to click, let's say on Janelle, that's number 3 up there, and
Really?
and you click yes, and you click on her photo on her face, it actually takes you to her profile.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't like me. It's still, this is what I'm
Aw.
getting. Either on the phone
I
and my
can't really
tablet.
see that as close as I can
Need-
get to, but we'll I wonder why you're having that issue. Yeah,
this
take
is
it.
what,
Oh, what
that's
are you
what it
seeing
looks
on
like
the-
on my phone too.
what
But it
is
doesn't have the nice UI.
Yeah.
That is the regular site.
Yeah, but I put /new.
Wow, that's
I don't know. Because the
Oh.
regular site loads just fine.
yes.
The regular
that's,
site does load. But when I put /new, it just breaks.
Well, we'll certainly gonna. Theodore's right now pulling his hair. Thank you, Janelle.
Aw.
I love you, Theodore. I'm sorry.
And so anyway, but that's what that's what it looks like. I mean, if you look at the old site and you look at this is more app-like, and especially in the small format. And there's a sense of spacing and a sense of that looks a lot better. So anyway, that's what the future is going to be like for that. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, and I
Very
promise you,
exciting.
Janelle, it looks really nice. So you're gonna have to trust me on that one.
Yeah, I'm
does.
legitimately very sad
thrilled.
right now that it doesn't.
Yeah,
Like I loaded it and I'm like, yay, and it was like,
Oh.
the old one. You're loading the old one. That's what the problem is.
I think it's
So-
trying to load them both or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm surprised that Theodore hasn't messaged me since he's online right now. So
He's probably trying to calm himself down first.
no,
Like,
he's if I know him, he's trying to figure out where you went.
uh,
Where do you get redirected? All right, so I guess we probably should. There's 200 and some odd people listening to the show, correct?
220.
220. Why don't we select one of them, or two, or three of them? So
Ooh.
each one of you gets to select one. I'll let you guys look through there. And Tim, you're going to be part of this. You passed it. So Tim, first,
Uh,
and
okay, well,
and then
Trying to escape
here are the rules. Here's the rule. You have, if you get selected, you better have a full profile, because if we go back to Gaming Tribe, look, people right now are on Gaming Tribe filling their
Oh yeah, they're probably
their
all like,
profile. If we go back to Gaming Tribe and your profile is not properly filled out, we're just not going to send you a prize, because that's kind of the condition. So go ahead and do that, and then you guys can select them. And here's what you do: if you get selected and you have an account on Gaming Tribe, message me on Gaming Tribe and say I was one of the ones selected, and then or myself or someone else will contact you to make sure that we send you the prize. The prizes will be mailed by Logitech themselves. So why don't we explain what the product is before we do this? Tim, you have your little, you're ready with that.
all you, Tim. And actually, before you start, guys, if you're spamming the chat saying "pick me, pick
Yeah,
me,"
stop that.
I'm intentionally going to not pick you.
Uh,
Just so you know.
there's
That's like 80% of people right now.
I did just I went ahead and activated slow-mo on site on the Twitch chat, so you can only post a message every 120 seconds. So
Good.
if people are posting, they're only going to be able to post once every 2 minutes. In the meantime, what we're giving away is the Logitech G430 headsets, surround sound gaming headset here. You can go check them out over at gaming.logitech.com. But a few key features on them is you've got 7.1 surround sound, which is definitely better than the ones I'm wearing, I believe. I think I only have 5.1 on here.
They're the ones I have on right now, by the way.
Yes,
These are
yes,
So
those.
nice.
I
So,
know.
I love that shit.
Awesome color.
I have to say, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Tim, but I want to say something. When it comes to audio video stuff, I'm kind of a snob when it comes to that, and I won't even confess to the amount of money that I've invested in these things. These are one of my favorites, and they're $79. They're $80.
That's not bad.
This is a great headset. It's light. It covers your ear in a different way where the padding doesn't touch your ear. You know how most of them, sometimes when you put them on, your ear kind of is pinched a little bit. And I wear glasses, Tim. I know that you have to think of this as somebody, and you too, Janelle, that it presses your glasses on your temples.
And that gets painful.
These are
It makes
great.
it hard to hear too.
I was surprised when one of our G Tribers said that and honestly, he said that he had nothing but that it broke down easily or anything like that. I'm very surprised. I really like mine, and I have a lot of them. My daughter has some right now that are very, very expensive on, as she's across from me managing this thing. And, these are very nice. These are my favorites. So anyway,
I'm pretty happy with these. Mostly because of the cushion right here at the top, because my head's really little. And when I tried the headphones that Erwin sent to me, my biggest problem was that they don't fit. When they sit on my ear, it just slides. And
I see.
So the cushion right here
that.
takes up that space. Like
Let me
right
look
here.
at that. Let me see if this will work for you. Oh no, that's a lot more. That's a lot more.
I can't actually hear
padding.
you anymore.
Yeah, that's a lot more padding than these have. These are less. Look at this.
Yeah, so that might actually not even fit me if I had one. But again, small head. I'd have to have really big fluffy hair for regular headphones to fit, so it's on the hair.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So, anyways, because it says here that they have the lie flat earpieces for that personalized fit and things like that. And guys, this is just the fact sheet pulled straight from the Logitech press sources. So this is easily public information. they are USB headsets, so it's it's gonna be nice and easy. Um,
They're both.
are they
They're
both?
They're both. You can plug them in. They have listen, let me show you. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Has a little dongle thing, and
Okay.
that does the USB. That's what gives you the 7.1. But I actually have them plugged directly right now into my computer. So you can use this and get the 7.1, or you can use them through, if you already have a nice board and you want to plug them directly, not use the USB, you can do that also. I'm sorry for correcting you, but I think
No, it's actually not on here. It's not on the fact sheet at all. I'm looking over the whole thing and I don't see anything about it. It just says USB port.
Yeah, let me unplug. Well, I won't be able to hear you, but I'll show you the other end. Hold on.
Awesome.
All right,
Oh,
while we have a small moment, I gotta remind you guys, if your profile is not complete, you're not gonna get picked. We've got some people sharing their profile link. They don't have a picture. There's no information. Like,
No PC
that's an
information, no
automatic
nothing.
disqualification right there. So get to working.
But
And-
I do appreciate everybody who is sitting there posting their profile so that I can sit here and do that. I'm not sure if any of the other hosts are getting a bunch of Gaming Tribe messages right now, but I kind of
I'm
am.
actually ignoring mine. Well,
have
I've got a bunch of friend requests.
So
So
I'm only on it because I'm looking through these profiles trying to pick somebody. So, but I've got a bunch of friend requests again. So there's that.
Janelle,
Yes.
as I told you, Theodore is by the way, what time is it? And it's only 10:10 there. He's telling me that that probably to log out of Gaming Tribe on your device
Yeah.
and log out and then try to get in, because you're not loading the style sheet for some reason. So
Okay.
he's looking at your access, and for some reason you didn't load the style sheet. That's why you're seeing the old sign.
All right. Well, log out.
And then try the URL without logging back in. It may fix itself. By the way, one of the things, Tim, that we also are doing away with is our heavy reliance on cache. So you won't have to tell people, clear your cache and do all that stuff anymore. That's all gone. So
Yes, it worked.
Okay, great.
It looks so nice.
Oh,
I am
Yeah, it's
very
super
happy
fancy.
with this.
yeah. All right. So I'm glad we cleared that, because that was a tense moment for me too.
And actually, somebody else in the Twitch chat while I was looking through the profiles was like, try logging out because it worked on my S3, and I'm like, I'll try it later.
Okay, so yeah, so if anybody's having problems in seeing the new UI, just log out of Gaming Tribe and then try the page. The reason why it's just that there to show you how it works. It's not really, as an artist, I hate showing unfinished work, but I just wanted you guys to get a glimpse at what we're working on. So,
very nice, very nice.
you guys got winners? While you're picking the winners, I'm going to talk about the giveaway, right?
Yes.
Because we only have 5 minutes, so let's do this. So we are launching next week. We're launching a giveaway. I want to commend Kimberly again. Kimberly puts most of these systems together for us, and she's the one that talks to sponsors, and it's an interesting process because things have to work with each other, and so there's a lot of interaction, and I get copied on some of the emails. So thank you, Kimberly, for the new system, the new beast that we are giving away, and and here it is. So first of all, I wanted to say that our new giveaway will feature the PGL again. I think that was very successful. PGL was the personal giveaway link. And basically how that works is that if somebody, and this is from the first moment. So when we launch this, you want to put your PGL, your personal giveaway link out there as quickly as possible. Because if anybody uses it to enter the giveaway and they use your PGL and they win, you win also. This is not increasing odds or playing different games that other giveaways do. This is just a way to basically tell our followers and our fans, thank you for recommending us. It's really what it is. It's not really about odds or more entries or anything like that. So we're going to do that. And of course, we're going to have the level up milestone prices again, but this time they'll start at 30,000. And all those prices will be courtesy of AMD. In fact, they've already sent the prices to us, so we have them. They're all the codes for their new, what is their new program called? The space program? Oh, you know who's going to kill me? It's going to be my friend Peter Ross, because he sent me this. And let me see if I have it right here, where it should be.
So many profiles I'm just dropping. You guys gotta have a full profile that includes a picture of your PC. Like...
Oh, okay, Peter, I'm redeemed. Here it is. It's the Never Settle Space Station, is what they're calling it now. So before it was Never Settle Forever, now it's Space Station. And then, of course, one of the games that everybody's talking about is Alien Isolation. Will be one of the games that people can select. So let's talk a little bit about the system that we put together before you guys pick your winners. And the system. No, you know what? I want to talk about one more thing. We track everything. And we know that about 30,000 people enter our giveaways in a period of about 72 hours. And we really want those people to feel like, okay, I got in right away, I should win something. So because we can't give prizes to 30,000 people, we have, and Kimberly hasn't finalized this, but we are going to make the first 30,000 fans to enter this coming giveaway. They'll be eligible to receive discounts from, for example, XFX. If you're in the market for a power supply, you're going to be able to use a code that you'll get at the moment that you enter at Newegg, or HyperX. You're going to receive discounts on their HyperX Skin, the gaming mouse pad, if you're interested on that. And we're going to continue to expand those because we want everybody to feel like they're a winner. This whole thing about I didn't win, and and all this negativity that happens around when we announce a winner, and we should really by just participating, you should feel that you won something. Of course, when you're dealing with retail, there's going to be some geographical restrictions that I cannot help. So that's just the nature of the game. But we're going to work with our sponsors to see how far we can expand this, if we can do this globally. Anyway, the grand prize of our next legendary giveaway will feature a powerful beast. And this beast will feature a beautiful hand-brushed aluminum chassis that has a one-piece shell with a wall thickness of 5 millimeters, which, by the way, makes it the thickest one in the market.
My goodness.
That only our friends at Steiger Dynamics can build. So we are going to, again, do you remember the Elite that we gave away?
Yeah.
Remember that baby? We're going to give another one, but this one is going to be different. This one is super powered by two of the highly praised XFX R9 285s, the double dissipation GPUs. So XFX is doing that. We're going to have them, of course, using AMD Crossfire technology. And then we're also going to is going to have the AMD FX 9590 8-core Black Edition 5 gigahertz CPU. 5 gigahertz because it can, it goes up to that speed. And then I have right here the entire. There are a couple of things pending on it. I see a couple items pending, but this is the entire list, and we should be launching this giveaway next week. So I think you guys are going to be very excited. All the peripherals, primary peripherals, are provided by Logitech G, which is now one of our top sponsors. We have a lot of extras like we always do. Then there's secondary prices that have already been defined. So soon we'll be announcing a lot of the details. Of course, we'll have a couple teasers in the process too. So anyway, that's
so
the
much
giveaway.
Excitement. Like, oh my God, so much stuff.
All right, so winners.
Angel, I've got 4 potential people here. Pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
3. Name is Chris Deese. His URL is
His profile?
Swifty. Yeah, his profile is Swifty US.
Okay, so Swifty, message me. You won't be able to message me unless you have to be a friend. So friend me on Gaming Tribe, and then
he has
message.
you friended. He's only got 4 friends.
Okay, so then he can message me, and you'll be able to. I'll send your information to Logitech, and they will, and they'll send you the headsets. Congratulations.
And everybody add him. He needs more than just 4 friends. Come on.
Oh, he'll be popular now. They'll
Oh yeah.
in fact, if you could do me a favor, Janelle, is just put the winners on a post on Gaming Tribe once we're done, so that everybody can, everybody's going to want to check their profiles. So that's just
I
going to
will.
happen. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Kirsten, you've got one?
Yes, I do. Ernest Sandridge.
That was one of the other
Um,
ones I had that I couldn't choose from. So nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Where they're from. So your
Fine.
winner is
Mine's
He's
from the United States.
okay, both United States. Okay. So you see, guys, I have nothing to do with this. There's no magic tricks. We're not picking these a certain way.
I didn't even look at where they were from until you said that just now.
Yeah, I just
Same
wanted to
here.
know. Okay, so we have 2 USA. Okay, Tim, your turn. Now,
Okay.
Tim, don't look at their country yet.
well, I've already done that, so it's a little
Okay.
too late for that. But I actually have 3 potential, so I'm gonna let you choose again. 1, 2, or 3.
2.
2. Okay. So 2 would be a gentleman by the name of Norbert Horvath.
Horvath.
I don't know, but he's currently playing WoW, and I know Kat plays WoW. And he's actually from Romania.
Oh,
So,
perfect. Great.
So that's something actually outside.
The US.
I did have a U.S. and I actually had someone from Greece. I hate to say that, but we'll see if they catch on. So, but I will link his profile so that Kat can have it.
And actually,
For
Kirsten, can
post.
you link me your selections profile as well,
Yeah.
please? Perfect. Thank you.
So, alrighty.
That's
So,
it. We did it. So we went over by 19 minutes. Well, we started a little late, so
Yeah.
I'm happy with
That
this.
that was my fault. So.
No, don't worry about that. Anyway, thank you again, the 3 of you, for everything you do for our community, and I hope that we can do this again. We are planning to have Brent Berry, the head marketing director for Logitech, on the show. We're planning for NextCon for him. He wants to meet the community. I've known Brent for a long, long time. He used to be with AMD. And now he's head marketing there at Logitech, and we're going to set something up, Tim, with him to come to the show and talk to the community. Hopefully he'll have some nice goodies to give away also.
Cool.
And then we're also planning for Theodore to be on the show, Kimberly, and a lot of other people to be on the show from the staff. We really want, I just wanted to lead the way, but we really want everybody in the community to get to know the people that work every day for them. And we really want to build this to be the best community that anybody has ever experienced. And, much better than Facebook, let's just say that.
Awesome. I wanted to give a quick shout out to your son there for getting into Harvard and doing all that stuff
Definitely.
and watching the show. That's really awesome. And also to your daughter Gabrielle there.
Gabrielle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gabriel
You
is.
keep saying it wrong.
But
it's the French way, right?
I had it correct when we were had the opportunity to talk with
Don't worry
her.
about it. It's not a big deal. She gets that a lot. But I correct a lot. So Gabrielle.
That's
Gabrielle.
fine. But
She's
thank
sitting
her.
here and she's smiling away. Thank you for bringing.
So big thank you to her for helping out with getting your side of the house ready prior to the show and answering a few questions. I know she probably enjoyed that.
Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cables connected to my laptop, so and it worked.
Awesome. Alrighty, well, once again, thank you, Angel. I'm going to throw up on the cast all the information for the 3 moderators of this show, so if you want to add us anywhere that you see here, that's going to close out this episode of Gaming Tribe Insider, and I want to thank all the moderators, all the viewers, and especially Logitech Gaming for sponsoring this episode with the live Q&A. And Angel, we made it happen. Took a little bit longer than we expected, but thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.